All right, 18, 19, and 20. Find the b value, or the value of b, that will make a perfect square trinomial, and then write the trinomial as the square of a binomial. So, same thing we did a moment ago. We're going to take our equation and find it, make it into a perfect square and write it as the square of a binomial. But class, they're giving us the c value now, and they want to know the b value. Now, the good news is, I can use the same strategy I used before. Let's do it. Let's make our area model. I'm going to draw a little bit bigger to make it a little bit easier to read. We've got x squared here. We've got 100 here. And the question is, what value do we put here? Now take a look at this, class. The upper left hand is x times x. Let's do that in a different color. So you see now I'm actually doing calculations. So far, all I did was write down the a term and the c term. This is x times x is x squared, and then class. You know if it's a square, these two numbers have to be the same. Well, what number multiplied by itself gives you 100? Well, that's 10. And that means this becomes 10x, and this becomes 10x. And if you look at this, class, that means your b value has to be 20x. So we're going to have this. I'll just write this as math. It's just 10. Oh, goodness. Again, writing small is very difficult with this pad. Equals 20x. This is your number, class. Your b value is, oops, I thought I wrote x. Let's try again. 20x. Now be careful, your b value is not 20x, it's just 20 right here. So that means b is equal to 20. There you go. All right, see, class, we can keep using this area model all sorts of different ways. What's the square of the binomial? Well, heck, it shows right here in our equation, in our area model. It is x plus 10 squared. Let's do the next one. Scroll over here, number 19. Okay. This will be interesting. No, I think it'll work out okay. All right, let's make our area model. Hands getting tired of talking. Hope you can still understand my words. Hope I'm not talking too fast. So we know the first term is x squared. We know the last term, the c value, is 25. So the question is, first of all, what are our side lengths going to be? We don't know yet, but we know this, class, that this middle term has to be these two squares added together. And if we write our dimensions for this, we know that this is x times x is x squared. And we have to figure out what number times itself gets you to 25. Well, it's 5 times 5. That means this is 5x and this is 5x. So if you look at your b value right here, your b term, it's going to be 5x plus 5x, which is equal to 10x. And that means, class, the b value is right here. So b equals 10. Square of the binomial, easy peasy. We've got our square right here, side by side, length times width. So you've got x plus 5 squared. Done. Checking my answer key as I go, class, just to make sure I don't make a silly mistake and have to redo my videos. All right, looking good. Last one, area model again, to the rescue. We got to figure out what this b value is. Let's find our area model. Is this the only way to do it? No. To me, is it the most logical way? Sure. We combine a little algebra with some geometry. I got an x squared term right here. That's our first term, our a term. I've got 64 down here. Let's figure out our side lengths. X times x will get us the area x squared. And the only number I know that multiplies by itself to give you 64 is 8. So we've got 8 times 8 is 64. X times 8 is 8x. X times 8 is 8x. I already have my square of my binomial. I'm going to write that down now. This is just x plus 8 times x plus 8, which is x plus 8 squared. Let's figure out our value for capital B. Okay, class, now take a look at something here. We've got a little issue that now has come up, and let's take a look at this. We've got 8x, and we've got 8x. But our problem here is that these are going to be a negative value. So if you look at this, class, we still have two numbers that multiply to give us 64, but we need to make sure this middle term is actually negative. Now, the negative sign is already there. So technically, class, if you look at this, we've got 8x plus 8x. But if we look at the actual numbers, we see that this is going to be a negative number times a negative number. This is negative x. A couple ways to write this. I'll do it this way. This is negative x, negative 8 times negative 8. So this is negative 8x, and this is negative 8x. And negative 8 times negative 8 is still 64. So first thing, let's get rid of this. Let's put a minus sign here. There we go. And now, class, we have negative 8x minus 8x, which is negative 16. Sorry, negative 16x. So our number is actually this number right here. Now look at this. We already have a minus sign in the equation. So our number is actually right here. So B is still equal to 16. But when you plug it into our equation, it'll be x squared minus 16x plus 64. And that's exactly what we expected from this equation. So for this minus sign, just realize, class, every number has two terms that you can multiply together, the same term by itself to get you that number. Positive 8 times positive 8 is 64. Negative 8 times negative 8 is 64. And we're looking for a negative value here. So there's our negative 16. But when we plug the b value in, it's just going to be x squared minus, there's our 16x plus 64. So hopefully it didn't confuse you too much, class. Hopefully that makes sense.